In the Philippines, when the calendar flips to September 1st, radios start playing carols, malls hang decorations, and families begin preparing for what will become a 4-month-long celebration. To the outside world, this may seem excessive, but in truth, it reveals something profound about the Filipino soul, its sense of resilience, togetherness, and hope. Why do Filipinos celebrate Christmas longer than anyone else on Earth? And how did a country in the tropics, thousands of miles from Bethlehem, turn the season of giving into a national identity? This is the story of faith, family, and the most joyful countdown on Earth. In the Philippines, the Christmas season officially begins on September 1st, the start of what Filipinos call the Burr months: September, October, November, December. This extended period of festivity is not a recent invention. It's a cultural evolution shaped by deep Catholic roots, centuries of colonial influence, and a climate that allows celebrations to bloom early without winter's restrictions. But unlike Western countries where Christmas tends to be commercialized and confined to a few weeks, in the Philippines, the lengthened season feels organic. It grows slowly, like a rising hymn. Families begin planning Simbang Gabi in September, churches prepare their choir lists, and supermarkets roll out their traditional Filipino holiday goods like queso de bola and hamon. This early celebration isn't just about excitement, it's about longing. Many Filipinos spend months, if not years, apart from their loved ones, especially OFWs. The early start gives people something to hope for, to look forward to, and to anchor their sense of joy. Filipinos don't celebrate Christmas for the sake of tradition. They celebrate Christmas because it's one of the few times of year that families can come together. In a country where over 10 million Filipinos live and work abroad, often in the Middle East, North America, or Europe, the holidays represent a return not just to the islands, but to identity. The season is when balikbayans arrive, bearing boxes filled with chocolates, toys, and toiletries, but more importantly, with hugs and healing. It's when reunions are planned down to the last lechon, when family photos are framed under glowing parols, and when stories are passed from grandparents to grandchildren by candlelight. Unlike Western holidays that focus on individual gifts, Filipino Christmas is built around shared experience. Long tables of food, choirs outside your window, gatherings in barangay halls. Christmas becomes less about a single day and more about a collective return to one another. It's cultural glue, and it lasts because the need to belong never really ends. In the Philippines, Christmas doesn't just look different, it sounds different. By September, radios switched to José Mari Chan's iconic Christmas in Our Hearts, often considered the unofficial anthem of the season. He has become so intertwined with early Christmas that memes declare him the herald of the Burr months. But more than pop songs, the country is known for its Simbang Gabi, 9 pre-dawn masses held from December 16th to Christmas Eve. These masses are attended by millions, sometimes in darkness, as families gather to pray, reflect, and participate in a spiritual countdown toward Christmas Day. After each mass, churchyards come alive with vendors selling puto bombong and bibingka, rice cakes cooked in clay pots or bamboo tubes, served with butter and shredded coconut. These sights, smells, and sounds trigger decades of memory. For many Filipinos, Christmas isn't real until they've heard the bells of Simbang Gabi and tasted freshly grilled bibingka in the cool December dawn. Wherever you go in the Philippines, whether it's a mountain village in the Cordilleras or a bustling Manila suburb, you'll see parols. These star-shaped lanterns, made from paper, capiz shells, or plastic, are hung from homes, schools, and churches. The parol is more than decoration, it's a symbol of hope, of the guiding star, and of the Filipinos' enduring optimism. But it doesn't stop there. Christmas also brings school pageants, neighborhood caroling, and inter-barangay competitions. Children sing for coins, adults rehearse theatrical performances, and communities gather to share meals even with those they barely know. This is the spirit of bayanihan, the collective effort of helping one another. In some provinces, the parol-making process becomes a teaching moment between generations. Grandparents share techniques with grandchildren. Families make them out of repurposed materials. The message is clear. Christmas is for everyone, regardless of wealth. The joy is in creating, sharing, and shining light during the darkest season. In the West, Christmas ends on December 25th, or the 26th at most. But in the Philippines, the party is just getting started. From Noche Buena, Christmas Eve feast, to New Year's Eve, the season extends with fireworks, family games, and countdowns. And then comes the Feast of the Three Kings, usually celebrated around January 6th. In some communities, especially in central and southern Luzon, this day includes parades and reenactments of the biblical journey. For others, it's the final touch in a long goodbye to the most joyful time of the year. Some Filipino homes won't even take down their decorations until mid-January or later. Why? Because for Filipinos, the end of Christmas is bittersweet. No one wants it to end, not the songs, not the lights, not the laughter. That's what makes it the longest Christmas in the world. It's not defined by a date. It's defined by how long love lasts. For millions of overseas Filipino workers, the long Christmas season is both a joy and a heartache. Far from home, they recreate traditions in small apartments or distant cities, hanging paper parols in Dubai, organizing Simbang Gabi in New York, and mailing gifts months in advance. Some OFWs work through the holidays, watching video calls of families gathering without them. And yet, they still sing. They still decorate. Because Christmas, for Filipinos, is a living bridge, across distance, across oceans, across time zones. It's a signal to the world that even if we're far, we are never gone. Even non-Filipinos are drawn to this. Foreigners living in the Philippines are often shocked, not just by the length, but by the sincerity. No snow, no chimneys, no reindeer, but somehow, Christmas in the Philippines feels warmer than anywhere else on Earth. The Philippines doesn't celebrate Christmas early because it's trendy. It does so because joy is part of its DNA. In a nation that's weathered storms, literal and historical, the Christmas season is a sanctuary. It's 4 months of music, lights, reunion, and faith. It's when the Filipino spirit shines the brightest, reminding the world that resilience can be joyful, and that no distance, no hardship, and no calendar can silence the song of togetherness.